What is the 6 Mile Bridge Youth Club and what does it offer to the local community?
The SMB Youth Club is like an organisation that allows children in the area from 11 years and upwards the opportunity to meet up on a weekly basis for 6 months of the year. Their main activity would be the pantomime, which goes on stage every February in the village, and they also do other activities, sporting activities like uni-hoc or indoor soccer, and they enter into variety competitions in which they've been successful at on Ireland level in the past.
Okay, cool. Can you tell us the story of how you first heard of the youth club and how you found your first year involved in it?
It was while I was in 6th class, which is quite a while back now, that the members of the youth club came in with registration forms into the primary school in the Bridge, and I took one, I had a look at it, liked what seemed to be an offer, so I said I should stick the name down and give it a go. Even though we're mainly doing the show, it was a lot different to what it's like now. Like, there was no pantomime back then, it was just simply like a variety show which kind of consisted of songs and that, and you know, it was fine. I enjoyed it. Still kind of took a while to find my feet, you know, because I was only just in the door, and there's other people who've been in it for years, and that way say. But no, I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I say I've kind of stuck with it ever since.
Cool. Can you tell us the story of how you became the chairperson of 6 Mile Bridge Youth Club and how it impacted on your youth club experience? As in, did it make it better, or was there more responsibility in that? Like,
I had been vice chairperson for about 4 years, and then Carol, who was the chairperson in that time, decided not to continue in the post. So at the AGM, I was suddenly asked to chair it in Carol's absence, and it was at that particular AGM that I was nominated by one of the committee members for the position of chairperson, and it was seconded. And seeing as there was no other candidates volunteering, I was asked would I take it up, so I decided to go with it. And definitely glad I took it up. There is a bit of responsibility in it, alright, in that, you know, I'm kind of, you know, I'm being the first point of contact for many people. Like we say, if outside organisations want to contact the club, it's usually me that they'd get in touch with. But that kind of comes to the territory, and I don't mind that. I actually quite enjoy it because, you know, it gives me a good sort of feeling of self-fulfillment in that. I mean, and it gives you the opportunity to organise things. Even the dinner that we're going to have tonight, you know, I kind of took it upon myself to organise that for the last 3 years. So no, I'm definitely glad I took it.
Yeah. Can you tell us your greatest youth club moment, what it was and why?
Oh, I can only pick one. I'd say it's very hard to just choose one really, but I just think the show we did this year, Dick Whittington and his cat, like I've been in 12 shows now with the youth club over the years, and this was probably the one I enjoyed more than any other. It probably was like the final night of the show. It was just one of those nights where everything just fell into place. Or the audience was up for it. Everything just went out brilliantly for us on stage. Or there's great banter between the audience and us on stage, and it was just that kind of a vibe that, you know, it's actually impossible. I could be here for the day trying to describe it, but you actually would nearly have to experience it to really kind of know what it's like. So if I had to pick one moment, that would probably be it.
Yeah. And what was the most successful youth club year and why? As in yourself, like?
Firstly, I got great satisfaction out of the kind of 2010, 2011. That was the year we did Alice in Wonderland, and it was also my first year as chairperson. Again, it was a fantastic year for the club as a whole, because there was 95 people involved in the show that year, which is a record number. Like, the show itself got rave reviews. You know, it's definitely one of my favourites. And as well as that, as well as the pantomime itself, the girls that went into the show dance competition with Youth Work Ireland, as Munster and All Ireland champions, defended both of their titles again that year. So I suppose that's also the year that I got the dinner going again. Like, I hadn't been had the previous year. So I really felt like we got a lot of activity done that particular year.
How has stepping up and taking the role as youth club's pantomime leading lady been for you?
It's been quite an experience, I have to say. And, I was a bit apprehensive at first because Ollie, who'd been doing it for years before me, had quite a reputation as, and I kind of saw that myself from being involved in the shows with him. So I knew I had a lot to live up to, but I kind of tried to kind of convince myself that I wasn't trying to be the new Ollie. I was trying to kind of make a name for myself, and I kind of think I have done that in the last 4 years. I mean, it's just such a laugh, like having the banter with the audience and that, and they kind of, when they said sometimes I tend to be the one that sticks out in their heads, like. But again, kind of, I'm just one of the cast. Really, I mean, it takes all of the cast to make it the show that it is. I mean, if it's just me up there for 2 hours, like, no one would go to see it.
No, I nearly won't see it now.
Thanks, Barry.
Being the leading lady, would you prefer to take another part, like maybe in a few years, or are you happy enough at that, like?
I think I'm happy. I think I've sort of really grown into, the role of the Dame, and then over the last few years, and I kind of do enjoy the kind of the part itself. I think it has been sort of like the chief comic character in it. Now, it's maybe over time I would feel like a change, maybe to kind of go to a different, maybe a more restrained part as it is. But no, for the time being, I definitely want to still have that part.
Is there anything you would like to change in the youth club, or would like to focus more, for example, maybe doing a musical or a talent show or other activities as opposed to the actual pantomime?
I think the pantomime has worked phenomenally well, so I definitely wouldn't go tinkering with that. We've still kind of done our own little talent things within the youth club itself. I suppose the only thing that I have been kind of considering is maybe to do an activity during the summer, like to go away for a few days with the club. That's kind of one thing I would like to try and achieve in my time as chairperson. But I know there are logistical difficulties to that. It would take a lot of organisation, and again, if people are kind of going off on holidays and that for the summer, it can be difficult. So it is something that I might consider in the future.
And last question: what does the future hold for 6 Mile Bridge Youth Club?
I think it's just going to grow and grow. Like, even this year, we had so many new members. I think we had 50 new members again this year, which is a huge amount. And if naturally some of those will fade away over time, but if we can keep most of them, and if we can kind of keep a few experienced heads, it's nice to have that balance between all the members of the cast that are there that will stay on and help out, and the younger members that are coming through, because every year you're going to lose people, and you need people coming up. But I mean, there always is that conveyor with the talents in the bridge, so I think the youth club is definitely in very safe hands.
Oh, cool. Thanks so much.